Awesome.
Can I record this also, or will it let me?
I think I've got the recording, so I can always send it to you.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Great. So do you see the request to join on Instagram?
I am not seeing it yet.
It's
I
okay if
see
not.
that. I see it's that we're live. It looks live.
Yep. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's get started. Welcome, Julie. How you doing today?
It's been awesome. I'm going to turn my phone off so that it's not just, I'm like trying to figure out the Instagram live. Hey, everybody on Instagram live.
Oh, good. Well, Julie, it's so nice to see you as always. How's everything going?
It is going great. We've got snow like you have in your background. We have that here in our mountains right now. So, yeah, life is good in winter in North Idaho.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm in Maine too, so that's why I've got the snow background because we've got a whole bunch too. So, we all know you are wonderful in every aspect in this space. I've had the pleasure of seeing you at Dealmaker Live and some of the webinars and events. You do a great job on your platforms as well. And a lot of people in this space really they want to get into the capital talk. They want to talk about how to raise capital. And for a lot of people, they know they should ask friends and family, but they just don't know how to cross that bridge. So, is that something that you've had to do? Can you kind of speak on that?
Absolutely. I think it's that uncomfortable thing, right? I mean, I felt really uncomfortable. And I think one of the reasons I felt the most uncomfortable about asking money from friends and family was I had to do this internal identity shift. I still saw myself as a public school teacher, and I felt a bit like a fraud in a sense.
Hmm.
And I think that I notice that about a lot of people where they have a W-2 that they're working and they're involved in real estate investing. And so they look at it like, well, but that's not really who I am. And so one of the big things that I had to do is really own that identity. Like, no, I am a competent, capable, and successful real estate investor on my own. Outside of this, I have confidence that I can support my friends and family in this way. And that gave me this different level of confidence to be able to speak with them, but really, it all started when I was willing to just simply say, just talking about what I do and continually talking about what I do. Because not only do we have to make this transition within ourselves, but the people around us have to transition how they view us as
Right.
well.
Right.
And so it's really like a personal brand identity shift. I even started dressing differently. Like I literally was like, okay, I need to do some rebranding. And it's a subconscious way to just get people to say, like, oh, wait, something's different. It doesn't have to be, this crazy difference at all. But it just is like just a subtle difference. I showed up differently. And it also just said, oh, wait, there's something different. This isn't teacher Julie anymore. This is real estate investor Julie. And
Right.
people took
Yeah.
me, just shifted things quite a bit.
Yeah, I've actually never heard that tip to dress differently before, but that is because not only does, of course, presentation matters, but we all know how it feels for yourself when you feel really put together and professional. It really helps like your whole persona and your confidence. So that's a really good tip.
And it doesn't mean that you're selling out and that you're somebody different, but a lot of times we trap ourselves in a past previous identity and we carry that out in everything that we do. And so, yeah, it's a really subtle way that helps you change energetically and it helps people see you in a different way. But when we're talking about, inviting our friends and family in, there are definitely three things that I would recommend about this. And one is talking about it consistently. They're going to get there like glossed over. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of hearing about this. I don't understand what you're doing. Like they have to go. I feel like everybody in my life has had to go through these different phases because they were just making these shifts and putting me into the different, like, oh, wait, oh, I understand more about what she's saying. Oh, this is really important to her. Oh, wow, she's really doing it. She's consistent. Oh, wow, she's having the results and they're starting to see it. And so it can take a little bit of time depending on, what your sphere is like. but just having that awareness to say, regardless of the response that I'm receiving and what I'm perceiving in my mind as a response to what I'm doing, regardless of that, I'm going to just continually, I'm going to talk about it because this is important to me. And these people care about me, and I care about what's important to them. And even if it's not something I'm personally interested in at the moment, I will listen to them because I care about them. So just giving ourselves that permission to be detached from whatever their response is in the real time moment. Sometimes people will say, I'm not interested, or I can do better by doing XYZ type of investing on my own. Like, that's okay. Like, doesn't mean I have to stop talking about it and I
Right.
can't share my experiences about it.
Right. Yeah, because I'm sure it's hard when you're approaching someone that you do have a relationship with. Maybe you grew up with them or they're the neighbor, your uncle, and you're already going through all the process of taking myself seriously, believing that I'm capable, presenting myself, and then you get a rejection, right? And so, yeah, that's really important to keep in mind of what you're saying of just keep on going.
Keep on going. And then when you are reaching out to other people, it's okay to be bold and courageous. So through my investing, I've reconnected with different people from my past. And instead of holding them in a past version of how I perceived them, I said, I have no idea. It's been a long time since I've connected with this person. I want to reconnect. And it's been amazing to see other people's successes and to see other people's interests. So by holding open hands, a blank slate for everybody from my past that I feel like, well, I would love to support them in their investing. This could be a good collaboration. I don't know if it's a good fit. And that's just it. I don't know. So it's really fun when you start reaching out and have fun with it for sure, because you start finding, I have found so many people just abundantly successful in their own careers, and this is a solution for them. And so you already have a past that was probably fun. That's why you're reaching out. That's why I reached out. And so just reconnecting has been it's powerful. So how do you do that without being awkward, right?
Yeah.
Um, hey Mary Beth, I know we haven't spoken in 10 years. What's up? Right? Like, it can be kind of awkward when you're first, reaching out, but it's more us. I will say it was more me making it awkward than other people making it awkward. Other people don't mind that you're reaching out. So it's clearing the headspace. And I'm so about mindset and, making sure that we're clear between the ears, but having that clarity to say, okay, well, this is just my insecurities coming out, and I don't want to have my insecurities, prevent something really cool from happening. And so you can simply own it and say, hey, Mary Beth, I know it's been a long time. I'm reaching out because I'm investing in real estate. It's really awesome. I'm wondering if you'd like to learn, catch up on what you're up to and learn more about this. But letting people know that I did let people know, let's just state the elephant in the room. I'm reaching out. It's been forever, but that other person hasn't reached out either. So it's just creating a bridge. So own that, and then take that full transparency and letting them know why you're actually reaching out. People want to know, like, it's been a decade, it's been 5 years, it's been a year, however long it's been time. And so just talk about the elephant in the room and let them opt in, opt out, if they want to talk with you about that or not.
Right. I just read a statistic about that actually. It was saying that if you're reaching out to ask someone for a favor of any kind, put that in the very beginning of your message. Don't hide it. A lot of people, hey, how's it going? Check, and then they, write this whole thing, and then by the way, and then they kind of sneak it in. And the statistics showed people they feel deceived, or it doesn't feel as good when they receive it that way. So that's really good advice of just bringing the elephant out right away.
Yeah, be honest, be transparent in everything that you're doing. Another tip that I have, another conviction I have, so this would be my second thing, is when we're working with friends and family, we will likely have people where we would just be like, oh my gosh, I know that this would change their life. This would be so powerful for them if they'd only invest with me, and to hold it lightly and to ensure that whoever is investing with you is prepared, especially when it's your friends and family. I know that a lot of times we do start with our friends and family, but we also need to make sure, just like we will with any other investor, is this truly the best time for this person to be investing? Is this their last $50,000? Is this their last, like, really understanding? And if you're not comfortable talking about the money part of it, then you're not ready to receive them as an investor, because
Hmm.
that's the professional side of it. And we have to be able to be comfortable asking them some questions that for a lot of people feel deeply personal, right? A lot of people don't talk about politics and money, right? And so
Yeah.
it's being willing to say, you know, how is your savings? Are you prepared for retirement? Do you have do you have X amount? And like being very, very clear, because the last thing you want to do is take someone's, that you deeply, anyone's, you should care about all your investors, every
Right.
single one of them, friends, family or not, like every investor is precious. So like, but as you are inviting investors into your offerings, you want to make sure, is if something were to happen in their life, if they were to have a major catastrophe, will they need this money? Like we really need to know that. So double down on really understanding somebody's finances. And again, I am saying, reiterating myself, if you're not comfortable having that conversation and asking those questions, if that feels too personal for you, do some mental mindset work and some inner work so that you can see yourself in a different way and you can approach it in the professional way that it should be approached.
That's great. I can tell that you have done so much work. You can just, in the way that you speak and your experiences, it's very impressive. It's so great to have you as a resource to help share your knowledge, to have another woman in the space who's doing so well. It's super inspiring. So it's really, really wonderful. I guess I'll ask, did you have one more tip before I move on to the next?
Sure. The other thing is, a lot of times when we're starting out, and the final thing, because we had three is my favorite number, three keys investments. The final thing I would say is, when you're starting out, you don't have to go out on your own. Partner up with somebody with a lot of experience. Partner up with someone who has gone full cycle so that you can learn really healthy habits. And that also it helped me substantially to be able to go to investors that, I wanted to care for their finances, right? And so I was able to approach them with a different level of confidence.
Right.
Like, yes, I know I'm capable. I have a track record of my own successes in single family and such. That's great. I'm in this new asset class, and now I'm partnered with someone who is highly experienced. And that just provides a buffer for everybody, right? It allows you some growing space. It also allows your investors just kind of like that little extra conditioning, that extra calm and comfort of, well, I know that I wouldn't be investing with this person if I didn't believe that they were capable and competent in carrying this out. But wow, they also took the care and consideration, because they're bringing in outside investors, to partner with someone else with experience. And that's one of the powerful elements of being in a mentorship program like, Michael has, is you have access to people with lots of experience, and you can get to know them. You already speak a common language about how your philosophy is aligned. And so that's a great way to say, I can link arms with this person. I go to the meetings, that are part of the mastermind, and I get to know these people. I have real relationships, and we are synergetic. And so that confidence just soars.
That's really great. Wonderfully said. Super helpful. These tips were incredible. I hope everyone was taking notes. And if someplace that's really helpful, a next step, a lot of these people, they're like, what's the next step? We highly recommend Dealmaker Live. Julie's been to Dealmaker Live. She's spoken at Dealmaker Live. It's our event. It's coming up in April 11th through 13th. It's going to be in Atlanta this year. Speaking of capital raising, we're going to dive right into capital raising. We're going to go over everything you need to know to be successful at multifamily investing. So any of you want to grab your tickets, you can do that at dealmakerliveevent.com. It's going to be super awesome. What was your topic when you spoke at Dealmaker Live?
Oh, I've spoken on a variety of I've been
Yeah.
so blessed to be able to speak on a variety of topics. I actually spoke on mindset and mentorship in the collaboration a couple of years ago, and then last year was blessed to speak on a couple of different panels, some marketing panels and some capital raising panels. So it's really fun, and that's one of the elements that's so powerful about going to Dealmaker Live is that exposure to so many people who have experience, and the proximity that you have to them is ginormous. Because I know the first year I went and I wasn't speaking, it was just fun to mix and mingle with everyone, and the speakers were accessible, and I really value that about events. And I will look at events specifically to say, do I have access to these speakers? Will they actually talk with me if I have further questions about what they are saying? And so I love that nature of camaraderie amongst, the speakers and the attendees at Dealmaker Live. It's not this, oh, they're up there and I can't talk to them. It's everyone's there. There's an opportunity for meaningful connections and networking that allows you to find partners or to exchange ideas in a very substantial way.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining. I could talk with you all day long. We've got a busy schedule, so I'll let you go. But thank you again, Julie. This was super helpful. If anyone here wants to connect with you, where can they find you?
Yeah, head on over to my website. I am a consciousinvestor.com, and that is an affirmation. So head over to iamaconsciousinvestor.com and feel free, schedule a time. There's a way you can get onto my calendar.
That's great. Awesome. We'll make sure to tag you too. So,
Thanks.
alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Julie. We'll talk to you soon. We really
Thanks, Mary
appreciate
Beth.
it. Alrighty. Thank you. Bye, guys.